Just kidding.
I'm glad you're not in charge of logistics.
He doesn't have nothing to do with the logistics.
Oh goodness.
Oh, not.
This side, let's go. One second. We can put you in that rack right there by Steve's. Celebration.
Okay.
Right? So, what do we have at the base of the cake?
Flour. Eggs and flour.
Wow. What else do you need to make that cake right?
Eggs.
And then, what is everyone's favorite type of cake?
Chocolate. Give her a squirt. Oh, yeah. Awesome.
And we got you nice colors too.
Happy 100. Woo. Now you got to keep it on an hour. Let it bake.
Hey, it doesn't rise with nothing.
Jennifer, hold on.
That's hilarious.
Awesome. I got a good video
Still
of
got
that.
chocolate sauce on her face.
Oh, and her mask.
Oh, that's goofy.
That's funny.
Madison Avenue. No, woo, woo, woo. Who is doing the night dive tonight? Woo! People up there.
What else?
A lot of people aren't doing it, huh? 5 dives, a lot of dives. I get it. Wait, they come inside.
Quota.
All of them.
It's called the Ironman Challenge.
Okay. Alright, so obviously we did this dive as one of our afternoon dives today, so you guys should all be pretty comfortable with the navigation. It's pretty easy to navigate, right? Go around big coral head. What? Was it?
Challenge accepted.
Oh, okay. Please don't get lost. As always with the night dive, definitely try to be a little bit more conservative with how far you go. So maybe if you don't feel comfortable going around to the other side of that coral head, that's totally fine. If you want to stay inside of that strobe that'll be off our bow again, just stay on this side here, maybe zigzagging back and forth, going on top of the shallower area of the coral head. You'll still see lots. You don't need to go all the way around if you don't feel comfortable going quite as far or thinking that you can still follow it in the dark. At this dive site, what we can see at night is we can normally see lots of channel clinging crabs. They're probably about the biggest crabs that we get.
That's what we saw today.
Here in the Bahamas. They're the big guys with these guys here. They have the big long front arm claw things that have the white tips. I know it's hard to see. I'll put the picture right over here. But these guys here, they tend to get big. They get big, yeah. You'll see them, like arms and everything included, they'll be about this big. And you'll see them just hanging onto the side of that coral head. They do come out a lot at night. I know I already saw one today in this little hole, but they'll come out and just be on the side of the coral head during the night. Same with lobsters. We get some spiny lobsters here as well. Which are those purplish guys? These guys here, the Caribbean spiny. These are in the corner here. These are the bigger ones that we get. You guys might also see these spotted ones as well, the spotted spiny lobster. They look kind of similar, but these ones just have white spots covering their bodies and they don't get quite as big as just the Caribbean spiny. Okay? These ones get a little bit bigger. The less likely lobster, but maybe you guys might see it, is I know someone saw a slipper lobster the other night. It's a Spanish slipper lobster up here. We don't have them around as often in the Bahamas that often anymore because apparently they're very good to eat. A lot better than the spiny lobster to eat. So people have, spears them, hunted them down, so they're not as common to see. But they're funny guys. They kind of have the shell that covers your entire body versus the spiny. You'll see these. The carapace is really mainly just at the back, and then these big antennas that stick out. These guys don't have those big long antennas. They're just kind of short ones here, and it kind of just like one. It kind of looks like a roly-poly almost, like a dinosaur roly-poly. Is kind of what I think the slipper lobsters look like at night. You'll maybe also see some spotted morays swimming around. Morays hunt at night, so they like to free swim around. And I know that there's a couple that live kind of in this area, and they like to swim around towards the surface as well, sticking their head in holes looking for little crabs to eat. Same with the spotted drums, they might be out a little bit more at night as well, so you might see them coming out of their holes a little bit, swimming a little bit further away. They still don't travel too far though. Also a fun activity here in Madison is we tend to get lots of bloodworms here. So what a fun thing to do with bloodworms, they're just a little small red worm like this. They're not going to suck your blood, don't worry. But they get kind of irritating because they get attracted to your light. They start spitting into your light. It's kind of like they start hitting you in the face. It's really irritating. What you can do is you can feed them to the coral. Hard corals, they feed at night, so their polyps come out at night. So that's why you notice whenever you see a boulder coral or a star coral, you don't see their polyps as clearly as you do a soft coral, because they feed at night, so those polyps come out of their little hiding holes. So if you guys shine your light on a boulder coral, like a crane coral or something, shine your light on it, okay? You're gonna see those bloodworms get attracted to the light. You're gonna see them hit that coral and then just kind of go and wither and die as the polyps eat them. It's a fun thing. It's the only thing I recommend playing God with is bloodworms. But it is a fun activity as well. It's a kind of cool thing to see too. Those actual coral polyps feeding on those. Other than that, guys, there are sea wasps here. We are on the deep water side. So please, just like that first night dive that you guys did, keep those lights off when you enter the water. We're not going to have our spreaders on either tonight. Okay, so that's one less light for you guys to use to navigate. Just use that strobe mainly. And then when you guys come up, before you come up, remember to purge the water. Okay, purge to keep those. That way you can clear anything that's above you. Okay, and then turn the light off at the surface. But also remember, they're not ninja sea wasps. Okay, so if you do have your light on the surface for a second, or you know, kind of forget, you jump in with it on, if you get shut off when you come up, don't worry, it's okay, don't stress too much. It's only if everyone has their lights on for a long time at the surface that those are going to start getting attracted to the boat.
What do you mean purge your water?
Oh, so, okay, sorry. So, a good thing. Oh, okay, no worries. Yeah, so a good thing to do when you come up from night dive whenever we're worried about sea wasps is because it tends to be at the end of the dives when they show up, because that's when they've had the time to come and get attracted to the light, is right before you guys surface, just when you're a couple feet below the surface, is just take your alternate and purge for a little bit, and all those air bubbles at the surface are kind of going to clear you a pathway. If there were any sea wasps up there, it'll push them out of the way so you can surface in a clear spot, basically. Oh. Yeah, and then that way, just do that right before you reach the tagline, and once that light is off, and then you theoretically have a nice clear spot to surface and come up. Yeah. They're actually a type of box jelly.
Lovely.
Yeah, so it's not the terrifying type of box jelly that you get in like Australia that people die from, but they are related, and so they do hurt when you get stung, but it's not, some people don't react too much, some people react a little worse than others. It's often just a rash or like a few welts. I've never had anyone actually go into a full like shock or anything. I just kind of, we have vinegar at the back to squirt you with at the end. It's normally gone within a day, but they are related, so they actually do hunt like a box jelly, so it's fun sometimes to like try to catch one after a dive. If someone's gotten stung, so we know that they're around, you know, it's fun to catch one after a dive. Sometimes you'll see little fish inside their bodies because they have completely see-through bodies. You can see what they've been hunting. Yeah, so that's why they're attracted to light, is because light attracts other things, and so the sea wasps come as well. But don't be too scared, guys. Did you guys go over sea wasps at all? the first briefing? Okay. That's why we had those spreaders off on the first night, is for that same reason. So basically, yeah, sometimes box is attracted to light. So when you guys jump in, okay, just keep those lights off when you jump in, right? Then when you guys descend, once you're a few feet under, just turn those lights on. Okay? If you have the lights off, you don't have to worry too much about being at the surface for too long. But you know, if you want, you can try negative descent, or you just descend quickly, either one. And then they're not going to be underwater, so don't worry about that. They're only at the surface. Okay? When you guys come back, as I said, when you get back to the tagline, turn off that light, purge your alternate regulator to clear that space above you, okay? And then climb up on the ladder just like normal. Okay? Basically, just keep those lights off at the surface, and that's also why we don't turn the big lights on. Okay? Make sense? Awesome. Cool. So, with that, the pool is open. Woo!
Start standing on his oil.
there. See it?
They're right there. They're right there. Like right towards that boat there. Yeah, there's one.
Oh, he's coming this way. Heading to the other side.
Let's get a picture. Oh, he's big. Thomas, look to the right.
Look. This side.
Why? Oh my god!
He's like right.
Everybody switch sides. They're so fun. Oh, they're going quick.
I want to jump in so
Oh,
bad.
right there. Left side. Port side.
Hi, bud. I think this is oh. Yeah.
Our escort bag.
Hey.
That's all done on the neck. I don't think you will, though.
Fun night. I kept like just I would get it and I would like add I would like try to add it again.
Just kidding.
I'm glad you're not in charge of logistics.
This doesn't have nothing to do with the logistics.
Oh, goodness.
All here, you guys can find a little swim through again, just like drop down into the little crevice, drop down onto the wall. I recommend going south along the wall. Remember guys, please don't go as deep as you did this morning. No deco time. Other than that, do you have any questions for this guy? No? We've done lots of wall dives, so you guys kind of know the idea now.
When I did Westworld, that was the biggest time, like, it's such a fucking good I mean, basically, you know, at the last sitting there, on the and guy loves
please.
flying. Back up and I was basically I don't even know if I made it. I had like 3 lives. Yeah, I had basically it was a restaurant scene, like a season. Ed Harris was with me. Ain't two sixes.
Nope. I don't know what the hell I do with. That's when you probably roll again, I'm gonna guess. 9. Man, we got lots filled out already.
2, 3, and 2.
3 and a 2. Alright.
I'm on 5, bitches.
Yeah, I'll take 1 if you're gonna get it. 2 or a 1, I'm good. Not a move.
Where you hook up to the dive site and then splash you as soon as possible. What I'm going to be saying right now is the plans for the rest of today and into tomorrow. What's going to happen after this briefing? We're going to have our Blackbeard's Boutique open up downstairs. We're going to have items for sale there, like our shirts, hats, and maps, and all that kind of stuff. If you had any rental gear this week, or courses, or you need to sell up for glow sticks, this is the time to do it, folks. You're going to meet Sophie downstairs. She loves it when everyone goes down there at once. But yeah, just give her a gap and she'll be able to sort through you guys. Payment for that, we accept cash or card, US or Bahamian only, folks. Okay, American Express and Discover don't work, but normal credit cards, Master and Visa do. Okay, they get processed online via a pay-firma portal, which means it gets processed in the States, so you don't actually get any foreign transaction fees on your card. Okay, straight up just like that. One of the other things she's going to sort out with you guys is your travel arrangements. If you have made the taxi arrangements through the company, she'll have your departure times there. And what we're going to do is this evening we'll set up a taxi list on the inside of this, and it'll give you your time and what time you're departing. Really cool thing about leaving in the Bahamas, if you're flying to the States, is you actually pass through U.S. Customs here. Okay, so your taxi pickup time is going to be 3 hours before your flight time. It takes a 45-minute drive to get there and an hour to check in, and then you should be in time for your flight. Okay, that's why it's 3 hours. Then you'll be landing domestic once you hit the States. Okay. From there, folks, we also have some logbook stamps downstairs as well. And above the buffet table, you'll see a list of our dive sites and activities we did this week.
Look at all that time you spent.
Once everyone's checked in and actually checked out, shall we put it that way, with Sophie, we're going to be hopefully popping in for that dive at the Blue Hole. After the Blue Hole, we're going to have some lunch, and then we're going to head back to the dock, folks. Once we're about 3 minutes out from the dock, I'm going to ask everyone to take everything off the lifelines, okay? We're going to start running our lines to dock the boat down the sides, and I don't want to bump anything in. A great place to put your stuff is in your locker, please, so that no one trips and falls over it. And then once we're back at the dock and we're all settled up, you're more than welcome to hang everything up all the way to the bow. All I do ask is that you leave space for people to sit still and, socialize and that kind of thing. So on the outside or shoot all the way forward, you're more than welcome to leave your stuff out to dry. Yeah, as far as gear rinse goes, if you have rental gear, you don't have to worry about it, folks. The crew will take care of rinsing and cleaning your gear. If you have rented a computer with us, please make sure, if it's like one of those handhelds, just hand it to a crew member, because we are responsible for all the dive computers. From there, we will also, once we hit the dock, we're going to take that beautiful big blue camera barrel, and we are going to dump out all that water and fill it with fresh water, okay? It's going to be on the stern there, and what you guys can do is rinse your gear if you like. My recommendation is, with your BCs and rigs, hang it back on the tank, okay? Don't hang it on the lifelines, they can break the lifelines, but if you hang it just straight back on the tank, all your stuff is in one place, 1, and 2, it's already in the sun, so it's going to get nice and dry real quick on those alley tanks, okay? From there, once I dock the boat, folks, we are going to say the magic words, welcome back to Nassau, and at that point, you guys can get up and obviously hang all your stuff out. I do ask that when you're doing the maneuver into the dock, if you are going to be topside, please stay seated and no speaking so that I can hear the instructions from the crew. What we have to do is take this big old bathtub and back her up into a tiny little slip using a dinghy, our dinghy, as a bow thruster. So we back it back and forth, so they need to be able to hear when I talk to them, okay? From there, folks, when we're at the dock, like I said, we're going to set up a rinse barrel for you. We're also going to have big yellow lines running from the cruise quarters all the way back and onto the dock. Those are our power lines. We kindly ask that you please don't bump or hit them. They are sensitive. Sometimes you'll see the lights start flickering when they're being bumped a bit too many times. Just stay away from those power lines and you'll be just fine. Over and above your rinse barrel, when we get on the actual T head there. So what you need to do, folks, is when we get to the dock, just bring your bag on board, and you can pack it if you'd like tonight. Okay, please pack it before dinner if you would like your stuff to be covered. Why do I say this? Because it rains every Thursday in Nassau. So you can rinse your stuff, leave it out to dry for a few hours, and I do strongly recommend packing your stuff. If you need like a bag or stuff or weight stuff, you're more than welcome to let us know. Or you can pack again in the morning. But what happens at 6 o'clock, August is going to be calling us dinner. He's going to be like, hey guys, dinner's up. At that point, the crew's going to come around and ask if your bag's packed. If it is, we're going to put it on that port side bench, and we're going to cover it with a tarp. Okay, so you don't have to sleep with your bags in your beds tonight. We cover with the tarp to make sure that if it does rain, your bags aren't going to be soaking wet. I kindly ask that if it is covered, please don't try and go in there at 11, 12 o'clock tonight and uncover it. Some people don't always close it back up nicely, and then they wet everyone's bags. Okay, so please, once it's covered, it stays that way. Tomorrow morning at about 7:30, we'll open up that cover and you can carry on packing whatever items you have left. Is that fair?
Well,
Perfect. One thing about being back at the dock, folks, is we have these beautiful things at the Nassau Harbor Club called marine facilities, right? Beautiful shower. You can open up that tap as long as you like. You can stand under there for as long as you like. There is no freshwater limits. They also have these silver things called toilets, and you push it and you can put whatever the hell you want down it, and it works. So I do strongly recommend, if you want to freshen up and that kind of thing after your lovely week of diving, you're more than welcome to use the facilities at the marina. Please bear in mind there's 3 boats docking, so you might have to wait a little. If you want to wait a little, the pool is available to you guys to use as well. If you want to sit in there with a little rum punch while you wait for the shower, you're more than welcome to detox and desaltify and that if you like. The only thing I do ask is, if you do decide to take a shower on the boat, I personally don't recommend it, because there is still a water restriction, even though we are at the dock. Okay? So kindly, if you'd like to use there at the marina, you are more than welcome to do so. But if you do choose to shower on the boat, folks, there is still the 30-second freshwater limit. We try not to take on any dock water when we're back at the dock, and we try and make everything we can while we're at sea. So we're still limited to that 30 seconds freshwater here. From there, folks, like I said, dinner's going to be at about 6. After we've covered the bags itself, we are going to take a bus down to Pirate Republic. Okay, at about 8 p.m. that bus is ready. So if you want to go down there, folks, please meet on the boat at about, I'd say like 10:02, and then we'll walk you guys up to the front of the Nassau Harbor Club, and we'll hop on a bus and go down to Pirate Republic. So like a $4 fee, eh?
Yeah, it's $4.
So to pay for that bus, folks, it's $4 each way cash, and there at back, if you need some cash, just let Sophie know, or we can try and get it out to petty cash for you and just swap and put it on a card if you like. But other than that, folks, $4 there and $4 back. The Pirate Republic is a really cool place to go. Have a nice beer at the end of the week. The crew will be joining you as well for a beer. It is also a local brewery, and they're one of the few places that actually has a Bahamian that brews their beer. So it's really, really good stuff. They have a wide range there. If you don't like beer, they do also have some liquor as well. And if you don't drink, they also have some sodas and fruit juices as well too. So if you just want to go, get off the boat and have a good time. The next bus back is usually like 10 o'clock, right?
Yeah, first bus usually at 10, second at 10.
Perfect. First bus back, 10, and then 10:30 if you want to take a bus back before that. If you do choose to leave earlier, please make sure you get in a cab that has a number plate, say taxi, and then you'll pay about $20 to get back to the Nassau Harbor Club. Okay, take the bus, it'll be about $4. Sound good? Fantastic. Who's going to Pirates? Yeah! Okay, that being said, folks, as well tonight for dinner, is everyone having dinner on the boat? Yeah? Perfect. Okay. We are also guests at the marina, folks, which means there are other boats in the vicinity. We have a quiet time at the marina of about 10 p.m. Please be respectful of the other boats. If you want to play music, you're more than welcome to, but do it at talking level so that if other people next door to us want to sleep, they can. We are a beautiful company with multiple boats, but if you do wish to go onto another boat, you need to get permission from that crew, okay, to board that vessel. It's been your home for the week. You've got all your personal belongings on board. If you want to go visit it, you have to get permission to board any vessel in the company or the marina. We had this one guy, this one time, that followed a little stew up onto a big white yacht, ended up in the jacuzzi, got caught by the captain, got got yelled at, ran off the boat, left his wallet behind. And then at US Customs the next day on his way out, they caught him and they fined him quite a bit because he technically trespassed on a vessel. Okay, so please don't go on any boat you're not specifically invited by a captain or crew. Sound good? Same applies for us, folks. If we have anyone come on board, kindly ask one of the crew members if it's okay if they come on board, because we do have a lot of personal items on board. I generally don't like strangers going down into the cabins, but having a drink on deck is pretty okay. Okay. Tomorrow, folks, is official departure from the vessel is at 9 a.m. Okay, 9 a.m. is official departure. What's going to happen though is at about 7 a.m. you'll see the crew will be starting up and routing, getting going, and we'll start uncovering those bags for you by 7:30. And then at that point, hopefully we all have some breakfast together. We go through the cabins and we go, wakey wakey guys, it's time to get going. And about 8:30 we'll start taking your bags. There'll only be 4 of us, folks, but there is 20 of you guys all with your bags. So what we do is we load it onto a trolley for you guys and we take it up to the Nassau Harbor Club and we leave it at the front door there. It's really, really safe there. So if you want to go exploring while you wait for your late afternoon flight, you're more than welcome to leave your bags there and come back and you hop on your taxi and then go for your flight. That being said, folks, just because your bags left the boat doesn't mean you have to. You only have to leave at 9 a.m. We just ask for some patience as we take multiple hauls of bags up there and get you guys going for your taxi. Downstairs we will have a continental breakfast served. I do strongly recommend, if you'd like to take some photos with August or say goodbye to him, to do it to this evening and today still, okay? Because tomorrow at 7 a.m. he departs the vessel, mostly before everyone's up, and he goes on his shopping for provisioning for the next week. So if you want to say goodbye to August, make sure you do so today, folks, because he won't be here in the morning when you guys wake up. Yeah, that's pretty much all of that. So we're going to go over a bit of our trip recap. So trip recap, folks. What happens for the next, what did we do this week, right? We actually had some really bad weather in the beginning of the week. The wind clocked in us, we had a lot of wind, upwards of 25 knots. We had that little storm fly past us in the park, but we managed to still get our dives in. Currently we are sitting at 18 dives. The company does offer this dive trip as up to 90 dives. It is not guaranteed, it is weather depending, but we do try our best to get it done every week. We did some walls this week. We did a shark feed, right? We also did some wreck diving with our shark feed, which was pretty cool. We did a lot of walls, though. We did some beach time. We did the Halyard swing. Some people stayed on the boat while swinging, I hear.
No mention, no name. Swinging and touching the boat at the same time.
It was quite magnificent. But that being said, we also did manage to put a sail bucket over, so we had a nice sail over on that side. Shore excursion wise, yeah, you guys snorkeled on the beach, picked up some shells and all that kind of jazz. We also had some courses that ran this week. We had a new addition to the dive family, from open water to advanced. Drew, woo! Congratulations, bud. You pretty much like quadrupled your dive this week.
Thank you.
We had some deep spec divers, right? And some advanced students, right? You got it?
Deep spec Thomas.
Yeah. Technically, you can go to 130 feet. Doesn't mean you have to. But yeah, congratulations on your certifications, guys. That's awesome. Here at the company, we do strongly recommend continuing your education. It is a very important part of diving. Most of the captains in this company recommend that you at least go to rescue level as a recreational diver. Why is that? Well, you can stop, think, and act and assess the situation, especially when you're diving this remotely in foreign places, and be a really good dive buddy. You can realize, hey, there's a problem coming, and you know how to stop it. If you don't feel you're up to a rescue course, folks, at least go to your nearest dive center, grab a rescue manual, and at least read through it, okay? It's a great course, it's a great time, and it's an awesome way to be the best dive buddy you can be. If you don't want to take your courses further, that's fine, but I strongly recommend it at least rescue level, okay? That being said, folks, I'd like to go through my wonderful crew this week. Can you believe it? It's our first time together. The first gentleman I'd like to thank is my engineer. He kept 7 ACs going. He kept 2 engines running. He made sure our videos were going. Make sure you guys had enough water this week. And not only that, he was working on the bow. He pulled up to some moorings. And we'll see how the rest of the day guys as we dock this boat together. Entrepreneur, right? The next gentleman I'd like to thank, he did our deep spec divings this week, is one of our dive masters, Andrew. He also helped you guys into your night dives. Whenever you guys are getting in and out of your gear, he was there making sure you could do things. He was up on the bow, he was on the stern, he was answering questions and help from every crew member on board. We were all like, he was our go-to guy. Hey Andrew, can you help us with this? Not only that, guys, he's got an infectious chuckle. How about that? And, right, we can call him Chuckles. Is that his nickname? I'd like to say a big thank you to Andrew for his hard work. Yeah. And now the lady who risked her life on that shark feed pulling that chum down. Not only did she give you some wonderful dive briefings, but the happiest line all week was, "Pulls open, let's go diving," right? She is an exceptional addition to this family of Dive Masters folks. She's a helpful crew member on the bow and the stern, very happy and learned. I'd like to say a big thank you for her hard work this week, Sophie.
The dinghy captain.
Yeah, dinghy captain. That's a good one. Now the next gentleman, the most important man on this boat, who made sure we were all chunky and happy by the end of it, right? He made sure he had 3 meals out a day, no matter what our dive time or weather was doing. He had those meals prepped and ready to go. They were plentiful, they were delicious, and there was more than enough rounds for seconds every time.
Snacks.
Yeah, he made sure we had that lovely mahi. The day we caught it, we got to eat it. It was a delicious little surprise for us. I'd like to say a big thank you to our wonderful chef, August.
Best wasabi ever.
Okay, folks.
And of course, hold on, we've got one more person. As Tammy mentioned, this was our first time working together this week, but it's been nothing short of an absolute joy. You know, these captains like to joke around that they're glorified bus drivers, but they do so much more than that. A lot of it was very obvious to you during the week, just how much work she put in, but there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes too to make this trip go seamless. And I can tell you, she has been working her butt off to give you guys the best week she possibly could. And I'm sure you'd all agree that it's been an incredible week. So thank you so much, Tammy.
Thank you again, guys. Thank you very much, first of all, for choosing Blackbears as your vacation. We really love taking you guys out to sea. That being said, this is a customer service industry, folks. What does that mean? We were your hotel, we were your dive center, as well as your restaurant this week, right? Usually at those institutions, you pay a gratuity of about 10 to 15%. The industry standard is 15% for these charters, as you saw inside the heads as well, if you had a little reading material. And that being said, folks, the crew does make a limited salary, okay? It's a very basic salary, and your tip actually makes upwards of 80% of our actual gratuity or end of the week pay. So, your charter recommended price of 15% is usually about 150 to 160 bucks if you feel you had a good trip. If you had a great trip and we met your expectations, we did the dives that you absolutely enjoyed, and we made sure you had a wonderful time, that the rum punch was flowing, and we got you to in and out of your safe dives and met all of those wonderful things we try to do on a trip like this, then please feel free, if you can afford, to leave a little extra to show your gratitude. You can do so downstairs with Sophie at checkout now via cash or card. The cash itself will go into an envelope, and if you would like to, you're more than welcome to leave a little note of what made the trip special for you. At the end of the day tomorrow, once we've turned around the boat, cleaned her, fixed everything I broke, we will get paid. What's really nice about the company, it all goes straight to the crew. They don't take any cuts or any fees out of it, so whatever you leave gets divided to the crew equally at the end of tomorrow. So, that being said, folks, if you would like to leave an entire trip price, that's okay. I'm kidding. You're more than welcome to do so downstairs. Cash or card, we get it no matter what. We really appreciate whatever you can afford to leave to show your gratitude. Thank you so much. If you feel, for whatever reason, we did not meet your expectations, please let me know, or whichever crew member you feel the most comfortable talking with. The reason this company has lasted so long is because we actually listen to our guests, okay? It's a very important part of how it's lasted for 40 years. We enjoy the feedback, we take it, and we will try and make it better the next time you come out. Upwards of about 60% is return guests, folks, and you can see why with beautiful weather like this, right? So that being said, folks, yeah, if you would like to, you can leave gratuity downstairs with Sophie, or have comments or concerns, we're going to open boutique now. Once everyone's checked out, folks, we'll hopefully be at our dive site at about noon. Okay. She loves it when everyone, again, goes down there.
Bum rush!
Give me space of a frantic person.
Yeah. That being said, I thank you very much for choosing Blackbeards as your vacation, and I really do hope we can see you again in the near future. Thank you very much, guys.
Great job.
Woo! Boutique is open!
What? Alright, I'm staying at the Holiday Inn, room 504, Nassau, Bahamas. This is the bathroom. Check that out, they kind of like press the toilet paper in. So, as many of you know, I was just on a boat for the last week, and the head, or bathroom, was smaller around than this door. Closet. I'm trying to get to the best part of this room last. A little desk, TV, coffee maker, typical hotel stuff. I'm going to swoop down real quick. Typical Holiday Inn bed, nice picture. Alright, you ready for the kicker? Alright, bear in mind, the windows are pretty disgusting, but there's the view outside my window. Just kidding. I mean, it is, obviously, but so is that. Now, it may not be the perfect view with that other building there, but damn, that's pretty nice.